Hi everyone, this is Lori from Get Crafty with Lori, and today we're going to be making a single page layout using these beautiful papers from the Floral Delight collection from Stampin'. They are on the last chance section, and the new catalog comes out on May 1st, and there may not be any of these available at that time. I think they're perfect for spring pictures. In fact, I am going to use these pictures of my son and his fiance that were taken a few years ago in spring. I like her yellow dress in these pictures, and I think that they would go so pretty on this paper. I'm also going to be bringing in the Delightful Wishes stamp and die set. I like this title, Wishing, and somehow I want to use that on my layout. They had just started dating and they were so in love. So I think this would be great for that. But one thing that I really liked in here was this branch die. This gave me some thoughts. What could I do with this? And I started thinking a wreath would be really pretty to put around them with this. But I tried and it didn't work very well for me. I went ahead and cut a wreath out on my Cricut. And what I'm thinking of doing is I'd like to use one of these papers as my background. I am thinking of putting it down like on the paper like this, and let's see, put the pictures down maybe like that. But I want to just see this part on the outside. I don't want it all to be on the inside. So what I did next is I cut another wreath in French vanilla, and I saved the negative space. And so what I want to do with this, let me show you. I want to put the negative space behind here like that. And I think that would look really pretty down on the paper. Now I just have to go through and figure out which papers I want to use. I think this might be too busy for what I'm thinking of doing. That's kind of plain. Let's go on. I think that's too big of a print. This is pretty. I like this with the little vines of flowers. I have this one. Let's put my pictures over here. Let's see. Figure out which. I think I'll do this like over here maybe. And then maybe this one in the middle like that. I like that. And I think what I would do is cut this down some because I need to back it with something. Let's see what I have. I have a piece of old olive cardstock. I think that would be neat. But I think I also want something that'll pull the yellow. And I had a couple of other papers with the yellow in it that might work. Let's try that. I have this one here. That's pretty. Now the other one that had the yellow, it's the back side of this piece. So I don't think that is going to work for me because I only have a little piece left. So I think I'm going to do like this. I think that would be really pretty. Let me go ahead and cut these papers down and let's take a look at how that looks. Just trying to figure out how much of a border I want. Let's see, how big is my wreath? Let me measure it. Let me pull my mat in and that'll give me an idea of how much. This looks like this goes, the farthest goes out here is 9.5. So if I cut it at 10, would that work? I may need to do 10.5 in order to give me some space on the sides of it. or I could do even 11. That would work. You know, 11 might work. Let me try 11 first, and then if I need to, I can cut off more. It's better to start that way, have more, and then you can cut down. So if I cut this at 11, then we would just have a little border of this, and then a little of this. So we've got an inch. I guess that would work. We could have an inch beat from here up to here. So what I want to do is I've got so much layers of cardstock here. So I think I'm going to have to gut this one out because it's awfully heavy. And I suppose that I could do the same with this. So let me go ahead and cut these down and I'll be right back. I've gone ahead and glued down all my pieces. I did make one change. I decided to use pattern paper instead of the French vanilla cardstock. I just thought it looked nicer. So I took that piece that was just real simple. Let's see if you can see this a little bit closer. This is the pattern paper that I put in the center. I just like the way that looks. So let's go ahead. We need to make some embellishments for our layout. And what I want to do is I want to do a combination of stamping, die cutting, and fussy cutting for this layout. I'm thinking I want to do 3 clusters of flowers, put one up here, one down here, and one over here. And then this wreath has all these little branches coming off of it. So I'm thinking I want to put some little leaves and little flowers on here. So let's go ahead and start making some embellishments for this. So I'm going to move this aside. And what I want to do is I'm going to make the layered flowers, the big layered flowers. So let's work on that. Let me get this off. So these two pieces go together like this. Let me cut these out and I will show you how these go together. So for the base piece, I'm going to use Daffodil Delight, and the layer will use crushed curry. So I'm going to go ahead and put this through my die cutting machine. I'm going to be doing 3 of these, but I'm just going to do one for you on camera so I can show you how this goes together. Use my little pickup tool to punch through those holes and get that piece out. Now I'm going to take the layered piece and the crushed curry cardstock and we'll put that through. Trying to collect all the colors in the 8.5 by 11. And what I did is I bought the packs that have the mixed papers in it. That way I can get a few of each of the colors and have them all. And then as I go, as I use more of them, I'll find out which ones I use the most. And then I'll just go ahead and order that extra paper that I really like. I do have some favorite colors. I really do like this Daffodil Delight, and I love the mossy green. So those are some that I'll probably be ordering more of. Let's move this over, and I'm going to put this back on my die sheet. Okay, so there's a way that this goes together. Oh, let me poke that out first. Let's see, from what I understand, there is a little dot in one of the corners up here. And when you, let's see, it's up here. When you lay this down, this little piece here will kind of loop on here like that, and it'll go like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to sponge this to give it a little bit of dimension first. So let me bring in a piece of paper. And I'm going to bring in the crushed curry. And a little foam tool here. And I just want to go around the edges on this. So I'm going to do like that. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to do the same thing on here, like that, just to add a little extra color to it. Okay, let me move this out of the way. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue down on this. Just going to put a little dabs of glue on it. It's a nice thing about these little glue bottles that I'm using. The tip is so fine that you can just get it on there. Okay, so just enough to cover it. And then we'll go ahead and put this down. Okay, so that goes like that. And then there's a little brown piece that goes in the center. This is the piece that I cut my wreath from. So I'm just going to use some of this for that center part. So let's see. Okay, the little center piece is right here. Let's go ahead and put that down and run that through. Okay. Okay, let's get this out. I love doing the one-page spreads. They're actually fun and creative. I like doing 2 pages, but I just find this so much easier and it's just fun. I find that if I have the paper, I can go through and search through my pictures and see which ones will go well with the paper, instead of having the pictures and then trying to find the paper. I just think that this allows me to have my creativity. So I have this one here now, so I'm going to cut 2 more like this, and I'll do that off the camera. But one thing I need are some little leaves, but let me show you what my idea is first. I want to cut these big flowers out here, and what I'm thinking is I like these leaves here, and I think what I'll do is I'll cut the whole thing out and then just put this on top of that flower like that, so I have those leaves. And then I like these little flowers that they have on here. I think those would be really pretty at the end pieces of my wreath. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fussy cut some of these pieces, and I will be right back. I die cut some of the flowers out of that sheet, and I stamped some little leaves, and then these little little sprigs here. I used this punch for them, and I used Mossy Meadow cardstock. And then these little pieces here are from right here, and I used Daffodil Delight for those. So what I did here is I want to use Old Olive. So let's do this. I'm just going to go around the edges on these leaves just to give them a little bit of definition. Like that. How pretty that is. And now what I wanted to do was to take the little flower that I made, and I'm just going to layer it right on top of here because it fits, because the die for this will cut this flower out. So I'm just going to go ahead and we'll put it down like that. With these little flowers, I want to also add a little bit of color to the edges of these. So I'm just going to go around just a little bit on the edges like this. Took me a while to cut these flowers out. I ended up cutting out a whole lot more than what you see here, but I'm going to be using all of them on my layout. Oops. Let's pick that back up. This also kind of hides the part, there's blue paper around it, and this kind of hides that. Let's do this one here. I might do that on the leaves too. I'm wondering if I should put a little ink on those, but I think on these little sprigs here, I think I want to add a little bit to them too. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit on the edges like that. I always like to add a little ink to kind of spruce it up a little bit. And let's put this away. And these sprigs over here, I'm going to put a little bit of Old Olive on it. Even though this is Mossy Meadow, it'll still add some color to the edges. Like that. See how pretty that looks? So we'll just go ahead and do that on all of these. I don't want to cover the whole thing. I just want to get the edges on this. So I'm just kind of going over it lightly. Okay. And we'll get this one here. And when we're done here, we can start assembling these pieces down. I always love the embellishing part of a layout. I think that's the funnest part. It brings it to life. Let's see. I think these little leaves need something on the edges too. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? Give it a little bit of color. You know what? I don't think I want to do it all over. Maybe just on the sides. Let's see. If I could do it on the inside, it would be nice, but I think that might be kind of hard to do. Let's see what happens if I do the outside here. That's nice. It makes it a little more interesting, doesn't it? Look at that. My fingers are all getting inky here. I guess that's what makes it fun. Sit here and play with the inks. Okay. All right, that looks good. I will finish up the rest of them and I will be right back. I have lots of embellishments cut for my layout. So let's get started. I think I'm going to go ahead and put my pictures down first so that way I can embellish around them. I think the center one I want to pop up. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on this while I'm positioning them. Let's see, I think I want it down just a little bit lower. Okay. And same with that one. And the center one, I'm going to put this on some foam tape. Angle that a little bit more. Okay. I have my wide foam tape that I'm going to use. Let's get this down. Okay, let's position it like, let's see, like right about there. Okay, so for my flowers, I'm thinking let's put one like here, maybe one down here. And let's see, how about up here? I could put it up here or down here, but I think I like that look up there. Then what I wanted to do was to put these flowers right over the top like that. What do you think? I can do that or leave these flowers alone. Let's see how this looks. It's kind of nice when you can make a lot of different pieces and then decide what you like best. So we've got that. I know I just really want to bring out a lot of yellow in this layout. I do have these little sprigs. Let's see if I put one up here maybe. And let's try my greenery. Let's lift this up. And I think I'll shove it under here, or should I put it up here? Let's see how this looks if I do it out to here like that. Let's put one on the other side and take a look at that. Let's see. I don't know. I don't want to hide those leaves. Let's try this. That's pretty. Or let's try putting them up here on top. Let's see how this looks. Could do like that and have them coming out of it like that. I kind of like that look. That's pretty. But I lost my little yellow sprig. Okay, let's see. Where should I put it? Maybe over here. Should I put it off to the side or put it up here in the center? I'm just gonna have to play with it and see where I like it, or maybe not. It might be too much the same color as that flower. Maybe I should do it in the crushed curry. That might look better. But let's go ahead and put these other pieces on. Let's put one up here. And put one down here. And then we'll do the same over on this side. Okay. I like that look. That's very pretty. I also cut out these little pieces too that are nice. I have like that, and then I have these little ones too. Let's see how that looks. If we put that down like that, and then I can put a smaller flower over like that and add some really pretty color. And I kind of like that look with the bigger one and the smaller one. Let's see. Maybe put another one over here. And let's see. I have a bunch of these little green leaves that I cut. Let's see. I think I'll use my pickup tool for these. This is really very pretty. I absolutely love this. Gives so much color. Look at that. Let's see. I think I need a different color flower if I'm going to put it with that one, like that. Wow, that is really beautiful. Okay, I have another one. Let's see. Where should I put this one? I could put it up here. Or maybe I could put it down here. Huh, that's interesting. Let's see. I do probably need to put something there because I have that. I could put a little one on it. Or cover it up. I don't know yet. We'll see. I could turn this. Well, let's just wait on that. But I do like these bigger flowers. I think those are really pretty. Let's get some more little leaves down here. And put these flowers with them. I am loving the way this is coming out. So pretty and colorful. And it's bringing in the yellow like I want. Okay, I need to put a little flower up here. Let's put one like this up here. Okay, I really like that. I have a lot more pieces, so let's see, what should I do with these other pieces? Do I need them? Let's see what we can do with this. I really like these, but where can they go? What happens if I put them on top of the leaves like that? Let me tuck it down a little bit more. Let's lift that. Let's see what happens if I do that. Figure out the right way to put the flower on. I like that. That looks nice. Yeah, that actually adds it nicely to it. So I just put it right over the green like that. And I think that will work. So let's put another one there. Yep, they're tucked down low under the flower. They're just there, but they're not taking too much away. Okay. And I am not done yet. I have the coolest title that I can't wait to show you what I did. Okay, so if these will go like that, then what I did, let me get my dies out. We have the wishing die here, and we have this little piece here. So I thought about it, what can I do? Well, let me show you what I did. I cut the wishing out of Daffodil Delight, and then I used a piece of the vanilla cream on top of it. And so I had to think of what would go with this wishing. Well, they were so in love, and they both waited a long time to find the right person. So I came up with this little title that says, I wished for you, and my wish came true. So I'm going to put that down like that. Isn't that fun? So I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down, and I will be right back. And here is my finished layout. Let me show you what we did here. I finished it up with these tiny bees that came in the collection. I have 2 up there and 1 down here. Our flowers that we worked on together with the layers in Daffodil Delight, Crushed Curry. There, below that is a fussy cut flower that I've covered, and you can see the leaves poking from that. And there are the little sprigs that we punched out. Here's some little fussy cut flowers and leaves that we stamped. Oh, let me show you the title. There's Wishing. And then down here, it said, I wished for you and my wish came true. And here's the rest of the little clusters. Thank you for watching my video with me while I worked on it. And if you've enjoyed the video and my layout, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.